whole lot of dancing in our newsroom today. The weather's going to be very nice. A lot of sunshine outside. It's on the warm side. Highs were in the upper 80s, lower 90s. But all of our rainfall, thankfully for folks heading out to the dome, have all been offshore. Had one little thunderstorm that developed offshore, though, off the coast of Terrebonne Parish. This is associated with a little upward disturbance, which is going to keep rain chances on the higher side, mainly to our east, but some of that may near the coastline tomorrow and Friday. Inland, though, I think we're going to stay relatively dry over the coming days, and really there is no rain on radar at the moment. A lot of sunshine, just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. 89 degrees our current temperature, and because of that upper system that is just to our east, it's actually brought in more of an east and northerly wind, which did help to lower the humidity slightly. Dew point's not terrible. Humidity right now is at 52%. In the upper 80s and lower 90s outside at the moment. That's about where we topped out today. And dew point's not terrible, but there are signs of some drier air moving in the second half of the weekend and through most of next week. So just in time to start October. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a cold front to bring in any cooler air for October 1st. But hey, it's kind of a gradual change from a record-breaking hot summer. We've probably set a record for the month of September with the heat, but at least we will start to get into drier air by Sunday and into next week. Today's high did top out at 90 degrees, so we're running above our normal, and records now more lower 90s, so we're getting a little too close to those records on this date, 93 degrees. The upper pattern is helping to keep these little disturbances in place, but as I mentioned, it's a weak little feature that is offshore that's helping to create some of the scattered showers and thunderstorms. Boy, if this was just a few hundred miles west, we would be into the clouds and rainfall. Not that folks want that heading out of the Superdome, but we do need the rainfall, and unfortunately, this little feature is not going to bring it. And in terms of the upper pattern, it will be shifting. An upper ridge builds in by the weekend and next week, and that really cuts off any real rain chances. So the coastal areas would be our best bet for any rainfall. So it's something to keep in mind if you're going to do any fishing tomorrow or Friday. Most of our rainfall will be along the coastline and offshore. Then as we head into the weekend, we should get that surge of drier air by Saturday night and going into Sunday. Out in the tropics, only two areas that we're continuing to monitor. There have been some talk of these cluster of thunderstorms near Cuba and Western Caribbean. Not going to develop into anything. Models are not picking up on anything at the moment. And as far as our tropical systems go, the forecast days 3, 4, and 5 for Philippe have been kind of varying a bit, as now one time it looked like it was going to stay north of the islands. It might actually impact some of the northern Caribbean islands, but thankfully as a weakening system. Winds are still at 50 miles an hour, but when we look at our infrared satellite here, here's kind of the circulation, which is completely devoid of cloud cover. Wind shear and dry air really doing a number on keeping the system fairly weak. And eventually that will all win out as the storm is expected to weaken and start dissipating as it moves towards, say, the Virgin Islands and then eventually toward Puerto Rico. Elsewhere, we have Invest 91, which really, with the proximity to Philippe, is probably going to struggle in the near term. It won't be until Philippe moves away that we should start to see some better organization and possibly RENA developing. This one, though, as of right now, most of the model consensus indicates that it will stay clear of the islands. It may move up toward Bermuda by next week, but something that we'll be able to keep an eye on. Right now, the models, again, keeping the Gulf of Mexico and the adjacent waters quiet. There's that little flare up with thunderstorms near Cuba, but as of right now, nothing looks to be organizing, and really the upper pattern keeping anything away from us. And we could use some tropical moisture, not a tropical system necessarily, but we need the rainfall. Only some coastal shower chances over the next couple of days. We will get into that less humid air, but high temperatures still running above normal, upper 80s through next week.